Hi everybody, today we are going to take a look at testimonials and offer you our 5 top tips on the way that you can use them to enforce the most power on your website as and when you're implementing them. So let's get cracking and start with our first one. Whenever using testimonials on your site, we always recommend sticking a photograph as well as the URL and perhaps a logo of the customer or company that's left the testimonial. So for example, if you've got your testimonial text here, it's great to have a nice big image right next to that of your old client or current customer that's written a testimonial, perhaps a logo down here, and as well as a www address. And the reason for this here, or for the website address, is so that the visitors to your website can cross-check any references that you've made to this customer or to this business. It just adds that extra little bit of credibility so that if people are going through and checking through, they can relate to the customers or the people that have worked with you already. The logo, again, is just when people are scanning up and down of a website, people pick out things like logos, so we can add that extra bit of visual credibility to the testimonial that's being given to you by one of your previous clients. The key thing really though behind the image is just it makes it that bit more believable. If people can put a face or a picture to something that's written in words, it just gives you that extra bit of credibility and believability in what you're saying or what's being said about you and your business. So tip number 2 is add video or audio, or make sure that your testimonials are recorded with video or audio. The great thing with video is that if someone comes to a web page and they see a big shiny play button, the first thing that they normally want to do is click that button and listen to what that person has to say. But actually sitting there and listening to the presentation or listening to the testimonial rather than just reading it, again, you're adding that extra bit of credibility to what's being said about your business, and 9 times out of 10 you're going to make sure that the person is actually listening and taking in what your previous customer or client has said about you rather than just scan reading, which happens a lot of time if you just use your testimonials in text form. The next one is making sure that you spread or pepper your testimonials throughout your website. If we take a look at perhaps an example layout here of a site, and I'll have a logo up here, perhaps a menu bar. It's great rather than just having a page which has got lots of testimonials all the way through it, a traditional testimonial page. Why not, as I said, let's have a testimonial here in your sidebar. You might have your body of your website here or your main text of your pages. Let's have a testimonial at the bottom here as well, perhaps. So that when people are visiting your website, no matter what page they visit on your menu, whether it's your home page, the about page, or one of your product pages, basically they're always getting a credibility, some sort of statement from people that have worked with you in the past, enforcing the message that you're a reputable company to work with, you've worked with people in the past, and that sort of social proof is key when people are viewing websites to make sure they turn into the customers and the leads that you want them to. So as I said, by what you can do, if you're running your website off a content management system like WordPress, you could perhaps add in maybe 15 or 20 testimonials to your site, and then get the website CMS to pull through random testimonials, so that each time a customer refreshes a page or goes to a new page, they're actually going to get a different testimonial from another one of your customers. Again, it just keeps things fresh. It makes sure that when people are visiting back to your site, they're seeing something new, and again, seeing the vast amount of customers or prospects that you've worked with in the past. Again, giving that all-important social proof to your website and to your company. The final one that we're going to talk about is actually make your testimonials results orientated. It's like a big pound sign for this one. So for example, what we want to be doing here is, rather than just saying perhaps, oh, the company XYZ, they were fantastic to work with, they did a great job, as great as that is to the visitors to your website, what they really probably want to be hearing is the results or benefits that you gave to your previous customers. So for example, it could be how much money you saved them. So for example, Joe Blogs saved me £200. That's huge amount of credibility. People like to see that. Or perhaps, for example, it's actually how much or how many extra sales that customer or that client got on the back of working with you or using you as a consultancy. Again, it's things like extra sales and true money values that customers and prospects are really interested in. And again, it just gives that extra bit of credibility, an extra bit of social proof that you can do exactly what you say. And again, as I said, people like to see figures when it comes to testimonials. It just gives that extra bit of wow to what you're saying and what you're believing in. So that's it. That's our top tips for testimonials. Keep coming back soon, and we will have more, I am sure.